Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at all of these Lego sets. There's a total of 16 different sets. In addition to briefly reviewing them, we're also going to be placing them in the city or on the shelves or just finding a home for them. Thank you so much, Lego, for providing some of these sets early to reveal and review. We've got a lot to cover, so let's dive right into it. So I actually just finished watching One Piece the other day, so I want to start the overview with all of these One Piece sets. We've got the Windmill Village Hut, which retails for $30 US, 299 pieces. I don't know if I'm going to go over the prices of all of these sets as we go through all 15 of them. Might get a bit repetitive there, but we've got three different minifigures. We've got Luffy with his devil fruit, represents his origin story. We also have Shanks and then the bartender, which is Makino, I believe it is. Probably mispronounced that. I'm sorry about that. Got a little dock there for the boat that this set comes with. And then the bar has a nice sort of like straw roof. And did you notice this set comes with two straw hats? Pretty nice looking roof there with the interesting color combinations of nougat and tan. And then the interior of the bar isn't anything over the top. Parties, I believe, is the name of the bar. You got the sign there and just a couple places to sit. Palm leaves coming off the side. And also a notice board on the right side with a wanted poster. And mine came with Kuro. There we go. It is the Windmill Village Hut. I think this will look great on the island. Buggy the Clown's Circus tent retails for $55, so it's around that 10 cents per piece in the United States, which is actually pretty good for these one-piece sets, I would say, considering the licensing. You've got the Buggy the Clown build there with this big nose. Overall, I think this set here, it's rather fragile, but it does come with some interesting elements and minifigures. We've got these stands on either side and also Buggy's chair there, the spotlight above, also a cage. And on the back side, of course, we have some wanted posters. It came with Buggy and also Luffy. And there is a sticker element for the Buggy Pirates. It's like a little circus tent. Yeah, the build is pretty fragile. When you pick it up and move it around, it tends to fall apart. But you get some pretty funny elements here, such as this. It's like a water tank. No, it's not a dunk tank. It's a torture tank. And this is a spinning thing here. It's not a target. It's for attaching minifigures, sort of like torture related, which is pretty funny that we're getting that in Lego form. And then we've got some crates here, which can attach to those colorful tiles in the back there to the jumpers. And that's where we can put some of Buggy's body parts. You get the modified brick with the forward-facing studs there, and that represents his torso. And there's some other elements which I believe represent his hands as well. Then we get our minifigures. We've got Luffy with his straw hat. Also Zoro, he comes with three swords, one that can be attached to his neck. And then we have Nami, and of course Buggy as well. The minifigures are really well done in the set. You know, they've got like dual molded arms, they've got printed legs, interesting head decorations that can be swapped up as well. So yeah, interesting minifigures and all that, but I do think the build is a bit fragile. This is Battle at Arlong Park. It retails for $80, 926 pieces. I said I wouldn't go on about prices, but the one-piece prices are actually pretty good, so we may as well mention that. We've got Luffy with his rubber arms. Love the fact that we get that accessory for this minifigure. It is just perfect. Then we get Nami, and she currently has the straw hat on her back. Then we get Usopp with, yes, I probably said that wrong once again. He's got his slingshot there. And Arlong, I think Arlong is a really cool minifig. That's for sure. He's got a little bit of arm print detailing on his left arm. Then we get one of his crew, Chu, I believe it is. The guy comes with a bottle, which makes sense. Over here we get a little outpost. And there is the snail element there, which they use for communication throughout the show. And this is a little scene for Usopp when he fights Chu. And there is some games as well. So we get a shooting gallery And there's some targets there that are connected to some Technic elements, so you can lay them down. And there's a little cannon right there with the shooter on it. And there's shark attack as well, decorated with a sticker element. We've got a printed wanted poster just outside of the Arlong Park. It's like a temple that is within his park. You can see it's really nicely decorated with the dark red elements and also some sticker elements up top there. And within we have some map scrolls, of course. And Nami drew all of those maps, I meant to say. And this is fragile by design because, of course, I won't spoil the show. Maybe you haven't seen it, but this is fragile by design. It'll sort of explode like so. These walls fold down and, of course, fold back up, and you've got some jumpers there, and that's how we attach these elements. And also the top sort of folds in half as well. So it's a pretty interesting play feature that represents an epic scene in the One Piece series. All right, saving the best set for last. But first off, I forgot to mention Arlong's head decoration. He's got the fin coming out there. Is that like triple molded? Like not dual molded, but triple molded? That's cool. We've got Monkey D. Luffy, who's going to be king of the pirates, and his crew. Yeah, Usopp with his slingshot. Also Sanji, Nami, and Zoro, the alternate hair, and his bandana there. And then we have like the best pirate ship ever. It is so good. So we've got the large vinyl sail with their logo and a couple vinyl flags up top with the logo as well, and then the triangular shaped sail on the back there, and you can see some rubber elements used for the lines going up the mast, and a viewing spot or a lookout up top there, which is like a barrel element, and the iconic goat on the front of the boat there where Monkey D. Luffy likes to sit. Got some hosing coming off the bottom of the boat there. I could go into a lot of detail about the build, but it is amazing. All brick built, no big pre-molded pieces, and there's a lot of Easter eggs within as well. I gotta keep these short because we've got so many to review, but there's a crate there or a treasure chest. We can open that up to reveal some of the interior details. Also, we can open up this just by removing this plate, and that's like where all their loot is, I guess. Well, not loot, but food, and also more of those wanted posters. And look at that, you get 4 of them in this set. And then what's so cool about this set, back here underneath the tangerine trees, which is a really nice added detail, we can actually pull this out and open it up like so to showcase some of the interior details. And like this whole thing will remove, so you don't got to worry about the rubber lines there at all. So yeah, we've got a little kitchen back here and just a spot where the crew can relax. So you can see how accessible it is and just how cool this pirate ship is. Overall, they did a fantastic job on all of the One Piece sets. I think they're priced reasonably, come with amazing minifigures, and just have so many details that are from the live action show. Like they did really well with these sets. It's awesome. And now that I've actually seen the show, I can understand it. So that's why I decided to wait to review these, just because I didn't know the source material when I first got these sets. I forgot to mention that the Going Merry has 1,376 pieces and it retails for 140 USD. And here it is placed in the water around the island. I think this set has an island vibe as well, so for now I just placed it loosely on the coastline. Technically, Arlong Park and the games that come with it could go in the amusement park. Do they belong here? Probably not, but we could modify the temple-looking building and put it somewhere in the amusement park. There it is between the Disney train station and also our custom costume shop, and the games are just in front. We've got a lot of different themes here. We got like DC, Marvel, Harry Potter, Disney, Mario, all that. Should I make a One Piece shelf? I could, because I also have the Barati floating restaurant over there, so we could migrate all the one-piece stuff into the display room and build a pretty cool looking display, or we could mix it up, put some in the city, some in the amusement park, some on the island, and some on the shelves. For now, I just decided to place these other sets right down here. I don't know, they don't really display that well. I think the minifigures are the highlight. So I just put them down here. That being the buggy set there, and also some of the other pieces from Arlong Park. But yeah, these minifigs are really cool. Look at the arm print detailing on Nami. Just represents the scene so well. She's got like a bandage there. So yeah, I think they did a really good job with the one-piece sets, but for now, that's where the sets are gonna hang out. Next up, we have Sherlock Holmes, which retails for $130 US, comes with 1,359 pieces. At first glance, I love the way that this looks here. You've got like the page detail there, the nice brown border, and of course the Sherlock Holmes logo, so it looks like a book. And then we have the little nook that you can look in, and of course that is Baker Street. It says right up here, Baker Street, with the print detail there. Also some snakes, some lights, and we can open it up to reveal the facades, which look fantastic. I think these could be worked into a Lego City setting, which is super neat. And there's actually more than what meets the eye here. For example, right here, this window can actually rotate to reveal some of the interior details. We can also open this up here to reveal more interior details, and this door can open up as well. We've got the nice cobblestone and some nice flower detail, and overall I just love the way that these facades look. It would be a super fun project to try and turn this into something that's compatible with a Lego City, maybe like some half baseplate modules or something like that. It comes with 5 minifigures. We've got that guy right there who wasn't cooperating. That's Dr. Watson. And then we have Irene in purple. There's Sherlock Holmes right over here, which is a super cool minifigure. Maybe there could have been more detail though on the arms and the legs, I guess. And the last minifigure, no wait, it's not the last minifigure, but we have Paige right there, and he's got some printed newspaper elements. And that is an Easter egg for our 5th minifigure. You can see it says Moriarty disappears. Well, guess what? He does disappear in here. If I use 2 hands, I should be able to pop this open. It should just slide. Sometimes it's tricky to get open. There we go. Slide open just like that to reveal the disappearing Moriarty. There you go. I've never seen Sherlock Holmes. I should probably get on that, so I don't know the source material perfectly. But there's just all sorts of cool stuff here with the facades that can open up, the interesting minifigures, and lots of added sticker detail as well. Overall, a pretty great looking book nook. I think it makes sense to put this alongside some of our Lego literature until I maybe get around to integrating it into the Lego City. There you go. We've got a bunch of Lego books and the Sherlock Holmes book nook. The car transporter is definitely going to go in the city. There's 998 pieces and retails for $100 US. We got 3 sports cars here with interchangeable parts. So for example, the front and back can be removed. I know other Lego City vehicles do that exact same thing. So all of those components are going to be interchangeable, which is a fun play feature, but I don't really deem it necessary. We got some flames on the side here. Too bad those aren't printed. We've got some small wheels on the bottom and the larger ones up front. So it's a pretty interesting vehicle. Then we have the orange one there, and also the purple one. Some sticker detail. Just 3 great cars for the city, and they can be loaded up onto the transport truck, which is really cool because this can actually hinge downward. A pretty interesting mechanism on the bottom that actually slides on the axle elements there, and it's cool because we can hinge that downward and increase the length of the ramp there and have these vehicles drive up, and then they actually lock in place because we have some of those modified grille elements that are like slopes, and then it'll stay up just like that. So we can load up some vehicles. I think this presents really well. You've got like the red and white colors on the bottom. This can of course fold upward, and that's going to offer some more support on the end there, keeping this up so that mechanism doesn't slide down while it's in use. And then we've got the driver inside there, and this can actually fold forward. It sort of hinges to reveal some components in the inside which or on the underside, which is just some of like the roller skate pieces. So nothing too crazy, but I think it's a great play set. It's very rugged, so good for play, and it offers you know, some vehicles that can be placed in the city. So I think that's pretty sweet. I like the car transport sets, and I managed to find this one, I think 20 or even 30% off, so it's definitely worth getting at the time. There's the two ladies right there on the canal by the Venetian houses, and they're checking out their vehicles on the car transporter as it takes this corner. It's pretty impressive that this is only like 8 studs wide, I think, which is the width of like a Speed Champion, but it is quite large on the streets. But hey, a car transporter in real life is also quite large on the streets. That's why I decided to place it back here by the Krusty Burger rather than in the foreground, because these streets are already looking pretty busy, and when it's back there, it doesn't look quite as large. I decided to place my favorite vehicle from the bunch right over here because it makes sense. And that, of course, is just out front of the 1950s vintage diner. May as well follow it up with another muscle car. This is the Spider-Man versus Venom muscle car. It comes with a bank vault. Look at that. You can put it behind the vehicle, which has a printed like Venom logo there. Super cool. Yeah, pretty basic built car, but I like it. You know, you've got the symbiotes coming out the back there. Also, you've got enough space for some gold in the back there. And we can take Venom, who looks like he's missing 2 symbiotes coming out the bottom there, but he will actually fit inside. And we can put the top back on just like that. So you can fit him with his symbiotes inside. You don't have to take those off. Then we also get a Spider-Man with arm print detailing, no dual molded legs on this one or any leg print detailing. And then we get Spider-Woman as well. Really cool minifigure. I like that. Dual molded legs on her. And look at this web element too. That's pretty neat. I like this one. I think it cost 40 Canadian dollars when I bought it at the Lego store the other day, and I figured, you know what, why not? We've got Pop Culture Street, it'll look good on it. You see, Pop Culture Street needed another Spider-Man, but this one's being caught in a web. How ironic. There we go, we got Venom's vehicle over here, Miles Morales' vehicle over there, and around the corner we've got Ghost Rider's vehicle right over there. This is the overpriced Iron Man Mark IV bust. This thing retails for a whopping $60 US. I think it's 80 here in Canada. Comes with the Iron Man Mark IV minifigure. Nothing too wild about the minifigure. Also the 2x6 printed tile there. It does rotate on the stand as it's on one of those large turntables. His head does rotate as well, and there's actually a play feature here, or just display feature, I guess. We can pull those up and then rotate out these roller coaster tracks, and it's like some of the turrets on his shoulder, just like that there. It's overpriced, no discredit to the design though. The design is really nice. It's a fun build. Maybe it could be a little bit larger. Lots of interesting building techniques found within this model. And you can actually display the minifigure and little 2x6 printed tile there off to the side. There is some instructions or additional instructions in the manual that show you how to alter the display stand so you can have them off to the side. Yeah, I like this one. I want to get the Iron Spider one as well, but just that price is a deterrent. I'm waiting to get it on sale. Just because for that high price tag, I really don't think this model offers enough. I think this is in the same sort of category as the Miles Morales mask, which I recently placed in a video when I upgraded the Star-Lord helmet and the Batman cowl. I placed this one here because it was in my built backlog. But it's essentially the exact same as the Spider-Man mask, just recolored. And yeah, once again, that set is overpriced just like this one here, but it is a great display piece. Where am I going to put this one here? I do not know. Let's put it right here, beside the Batmobile. What do you think? Tony Stark's checking that out? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we're going to do it. We're going to live dangerously today. This one's actually even worse. This one is 487 pieces for $70, whereas this one was 436 pieces for $60. But this one does come with more printed elements. But this is included in our count today of the 15 or 16 sets or whatever. On to the next. Now these two sets, they actually took me by surprise. So we have Maleficent's and Cruella de Vil's dresses, and then we have Cinderella's dress. And honestly, they took me by surprise. They've got some unique elements in them, a pretty interesting build style, and $40 for this one here with 474 pieces really ain't too bad. And this piece right there with the Cinderella sort of portrait and the date 1950 is printed. That is a nice touch. And it sort of sits on like this stand, and the stand can open up, and we have some little Easter eggs in there. It's like the cookies and tea. And then on this side, it also opens up. We have a sewing machine. And then back here, we have a door that will open up. And this is where we can store away Cinderella and also Gus. So we get the Cinderella mini doll and Gus, and we can put them inside along with a key. Now it is a mini doll. Most people are going to want, well, at least most viewers of this channel are going to want a mini figure, but I get why this comes with a mini doll. Just makes sense. This design up here, it's suggested in the manual that you can be creative and sort of change it to whatever you want. And we have some more printed elements on the dress there, which can rotate on the stand. So not bad for $40. I like that. Would I prefer a minifigure? Absolutely. But hey, you know what? I get why they have mini dolls. Then we have this one here. It has a higher price when you factor in the pieces, 524 pieces for this one, and the retail price is $70. So we have Maleficent's dress, which comes with these large pre-molded wing elements, and also just like this decoration up there, and these like transparent green opal-ish pieces. It's green or opal. Yeah, pretty neat. And you can interchange it. So of course this one can go on the stand as well. And we got the Maleficent mini doll. I can't remember the name of her bird, but we also get her bird. And there is Cruella de Vil with like the furry fabric element. You see that? It's like furry in the inside. Super cool. And we also get a little mini Dalmatian. And there's Maleficent's bird. And these mini dolls can actually be stowed away inside here as well. But we get two more print pieces. Look at that. 1961. And there's Cruella's portrait with the gold detailing on either side. And on this side, I just discovered that those fall off pretty easily. We have Cruella's portrait. Sorry, Maleficent's portrait, 1959 on the bottom, printed. And then there's the dress for Cruella. And these are 2x4 printed pieces with the Dalmatian print. And the Easter egg here is the fact that we can actually open up the base like so on either side. And we can put these evil people with them. Stow them away in there where they belong. There we go. We could pop them in there. And I think that's cool because we could just put the minifigures within and you can switch up the dresses and there you go. Not bad display pieces. They took me by surprise. Those printed elements are pretty nice. And Jose's a huge fan of them. I'm a huge fan of Disney. I actually just watched Cinderella with my daughter the other day. I really like the original animated Cinderella. It's really well done, obviously. It's a classic. Same with the other two movies as well. And I decided to place those on the Disney shelves, of course. And they're way at the bottom here by another Disney film, right? How to Train Your Dragon. We got Toothless. That's something else we recently added to the display there. I know it's DreamWorks. But yeah, we got the dresses right there. Eventually, I need to get another shelf. I'm actually out of the half Billy bookcase shelf, so I got to grab another one because I would be able to squeeze another shelf down there. Now, I don't know about you, but Technic blows my mind. Even when it's like this size of a Technic set, this one has 973 pieces, and it retails for 120 US dollars. This is the Volvo L120 electric wheel loader. This thing is so cool. I like how it's not over the top. You know, you don't have motors in here. It's not motorized or anything. It's not crazy expensive, but it still has all of those awesome play features. Like I can lift the loader by spinning this gear at the very back, and of course lower it as well. And then I can change the angle of that by turning the other gear, bring it up or down. You can see these pistons right here are activated. Spinning something way back here is activating something up here. Like, it just blows my mind. Then we can turn this, and that's going to turn the body so it sort of pivots. And we can see all of this awesome action in detail by opening that hatch right there. And then when we move it back and forth, those gears are of course going to move back and forth as well, or just rotate, I should say. So that's really neat. We also have some hidden detail right here on the bottom sections, just below, or behind this rather. We can flip that open and see some other hidden detail, and it's the same on the other side. There are a lot of sticker elements in this set. You can sort of see them plastered all over the model. But in general, I'm just like super surprised by this thing. It's really cool. And every time I build a Technic set, I get a little bit overwhelmed because it's not as fun, in my opinion, as building like a system set, but it goes a lot slower. It's more like intuitive, and there's more time involved with putting all these pins and gears in place and stuff like that. And the end result is pretty amazing. So I still like building Technic stuff. I can't say that this is as fun to build for me compared to like a Lego Creator Expert car, but the end result is just like crazy. It's fun playing around with it. And once again, I like how you don't have to turn on a motor and turn on a remote or connect your smartphone to play with this one here. It's just, boom, there you go. Here it is. This is what you got, and it's awesome. We've got another Technic set today as well. This is the Aston Martin Valkyrie with 707 pieces, retailing for $65. I don't think this one's as crazy as the Volvo. It has some moving functions, like we can lift the doors open there to reveal the interior. This will lift up as well. We have our engine in the back, and we can lift that up to reveal all of the pistons within. And as we move it back and forth, those pistons will move, and you can see some gearing moving there as well. And the steering wheel is not connected to the front tires, but we can turn the front tires by rotating this gear on top of the vehicle. I don't think this one is nearly as cool as the Volvo, but I guess it's a pretty good addition to the collection of Lego Technic vehicles that we can find in this scale. But overall, there's really nothing too crazy about it. Introducing the Lego Icons Shelby Cobra. Are you into Lego Creator Expert vehicles, or do you collect those ones? Because if you do, you are going to want to get this one here. Holy cow, this build is peak. It is just insane. You can see like the angles of the nose, the angles back here, all of the studs not on top building techniques that were used are like next level. This thing is just packed with parts. It is crazy. Of course, we can pop the hood there to reveal the engine within, and we can also pop the trunk like so. The racing stripe, or the stripe going down the center of the car, which is iconic to the Shelby Cobra, is all printed, and so is this logo and the logo on the front as well. Unfortunately, the license plate for some reason is not printed I like the way these tail lights just pop out a little bit. That was pretty cool, the way they built that with the 1x2 rail plates. Unfortunately, the autographed dash within the interior is not printed either. That is Shelby Cobra's signature, and the little dials next to it there is not printed. That's a 1x2 sticker element in there. But the Shelby Cobra circular element on the steering wheel is printed, and look at that. The steering is connected. We've got the detail of the $100 bill on the dash. If you can grab it as it accelerates, well, then you get to keep it. This thing is just like, it's crazy, folks. If you're into sophisticated Lego system models, this one is just so wild. Also comes with a couple accessories. We've got a trophy and just a little tool chest here as well. It should have tools in it, and we got a bunch of tools right here that came with the model. It's like one of those tool packs. I have the entire August wave of Speed Champion sets that I built the other day that need to be placed on this shelf, along with these 3 vehicles, so looks like I'll have to make some room. Holy, some of these sets are dusty. I put the Volvo right there beside the Vespa. That just makes sense. Rearrange some of these Technic sets. So that's good. You got the big cars on the left and the smaller ones on the right. And because I did that, I cleared this shelf here for all the new Speed Champions. I tightened up the 3 rebrickable models onto a single shelf, and that gave me space for the Shelby Cobra. Did some dusting and vacuuming, cleaned them all up. It's looking fresh. Well, it looks like Soundwave is currently protecting one of the things that I forgot to include in my next review. The LEGO Creator 3-in-1 Haunted Mansion with 736 pieces retails for $90. We all know that it's expensive, but hey, look at the minifigures. The vampire, check out her hair. I didn't realize how cool her hair was until I built it. Then we got the skeleton and a ghost that glows in the dark, and that's a new glow-in-the-dark ghost. It's got a new mouth cutout, I believe. Also, Frankenstein's monster, which has a wicked head decoration, of course. Yeah, and then a werewolf. We're missing, like, the male vampire. Maybe that's him right up here, though. Hey, maybe he's a bat right now. It has a little graveyard right here with a pumpkin and a skeleton leg. Also a spooky tree. It's done in sand green. Got the front door there. Also the porch with the pillars, the board on the window. And this is it when it's like folded outward with an open back, but you can also hinge it closed like this. So that's like its closed version. And right here, there's a little play feature. We can actually spin this gear on the back, and that's when the ghost pops into the window. So it's like that, and then it's a ghost, so a fun little play feature. Uses the green masonry bricks, but they're flipped with the line facing outward. You can see some of those details are carried over onto the back here. You got the black slopes for the roof, and the board, also some dark tan and olive mixed in there. And when we open it up, we can check out all the interior details. Nothing crazy. We have an organ, some candles, some printed elements right down there, which are pretty nice. And then a couple hats right there, and also a grandfather clock that has a mechanism on the side. This build would be super easy to supersize. So if you want to buy 2 sets, I mean, you'd be in it for $180, but you could definitely supersize it, or you could take on one of the alternate builds. We have the boat or the train. It's super awesome that we have access to the glow-in-the-dark ghost element yet again. I wish it wasn't in a $90 set, because I'd probably load up on them because they're so cool. But mine is probably going to sit somewhere over here in the countryside, because I plan on building a pumpkin patch here for the month of October, which is coming up right away. So hopefully I'll get around to doing that in September for the Halloween season. And this is where my farm is going to go, so I think having a haunted house in this area would work well. You could probably tell that that set there is nowhere near the size of the Monster Fighters haunted house, which I have in the city right over here, and that's why I will not be supersizing that new Creator 3-in-1 set. Oh, thank you so much for the reminder there, Soundwave. It looks like your next, dude. That's funny. You know what I like about Soundwave? He's only $10 more than Optimus Prime. Sure, he comes with 3 less pieces, but he also includes a sound brick. Like, how cool is that, right? We've got a sound brick for $10 more, and it's essentially the same piece count, and it's years later. He comes with a specifications plaque and a little miniature version of himself. So there is a Soundwave minifigure, and it comes with 2 different 2x3 printed elements. He also comes with some mini cassette tapes, but wait a tick, this isn't a cassette tape, it is Laserbeak. We can transform the cassette tape into Laserbeak. So put some firepower on the top of them there, and there you go. We've got another mini transformer. And then we also have Ravage, and we can unfold Ravage from the cassette tape form, like so. It might take a little bit of practice. I could probably use a little bit more practice as well. And then we can put his firepower on as well, and it goes on, if I remember correctly, in this stud. Yeah, like that. There we go. Now we have Ravage and Laserbeak accompanied by Soundwave. And of course, when they're cassette tapes, they actually fit inside Soundwave, so that is just super cool. So what about transforming Soundwave? My goal is to give you like an unedited version of me trying to transform this for the 3rd time, I believe it is. Yeah, so we'll detach these from the back. These are like his weapons that he holds. I think it goes back together like that. And then we will detach that there. And of course, there is instructions on how to do all this in the manual and also on the app. Of course, transforming Lego sometimes isn't the neatest and tidiest thing in the world. I don't know if you own the Bumblebee one and also the Optimus Prime, but they could be sort of a nuisance to transform because you don't want to pull and tug on the wrong things. I am referencing the manual because I can't remember exactly. But you don't want to pull and tug on the wrong things because it's Lego, and of course, Lego falls apart. So you have a transformer that's supposed to come apart, and then you have, you know, you have Lego that comes apart as well. I can't remember what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, I need the manual so badly here. Okay, I don't know how many times I would have to transform it to remember exactly how to do it because I feel like, once again, it's Lego. Okay, we're getting there though. We got it, I think. We got it. We're gonna fold these down and then we're gonna fold out his legs. If I remember correctly. Come on now, Soundwave, do it for me. Do it. Yes. Okay, we got it. There you go, I think, maybe. We gotta turn this, yeah, like that. There we go, okay. And then we've got to bring this back and bring out his feet. And it's probably completely out of the shot. He's got some rubber tires on the bottom of his feet there, so it gives him a little bit of grip. And then we're going to fold his shoulders forward like this. And then we just have to articulate his hands back in the forward position and lean them backward like that and reattach his weapons, and we have ourselves a Soundwave. Not bad for doing it live on a camera, like not bad at all. But you know what? I'm happy that this is marked 18 plus because I would not want to give this to a child that doesn't have patience. Because I don't know what it is about Lego Transformers, but there's just something that, like, oh, I hate to use this term, that sort of irritates me about them because they're sort of fragile. Lego's already fragile. Now you're trying to transform it, and not everything goes as smoothly as you would hope. At least that's just for me, and that's just my opinion about Lego and Transformers. Super cool that they can transform, and like insane building techniques and all that to make that happen. But at what point should you just go out and buy a Transformer rather than having a Lego one? Just my opinion. You know, with all of that said, I'm sure if I sat there and transformed Soundwave, Optimus Prime, or Bumblebee 30 times in a row, I could get it down to a science where it's just like perfect. Maybe not even 30 times. Probably wouldn't take me that long. But there we go. We've got Optimus Prime, Soundwave, and Bumblebee on the top shelf above the botanical collection. Sure, why not? I think they look good. They're nice and tall, so they pretty much go right to the ceiling. Looks pretty epic. Now that was a lot of sets. Woo! All right, there we go. It's a nice shelving update. Lots of sets were added. I guess we also added some to the Lego City, that being the amusement park, countryside, and the island. However, nothing to the Star Wars room, which is sort of unusual. I'm sure we'll see some new sets be added to this room in the very near future. I think all those additions were pretty cool. Thank you so much for coming on by. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff coming out in the near future. And have yourselves a fantastic day. Bye for now.